Okay, we're rolling along. Now we're on to parallel and perpendicular lines. They want to know parallel and perpendicular. And parallel and perpendicular is all about slope. If they're parallel lines, they have the exact same slope. So we want to know slope. So the first line, the blue line, the change in y over the change in x from -1 to -9 is down 8. From -3 to 1 is a change of 4. So my slope is -2. The green line, the change in y over change in x. I'm at 4. I end at 2. That's a change of 2. I'm at 1. I end at 5. That's a change of 4. That is 1/2. Well, they clearly are not the same, so they can't be parallel. The question is, are they perpendicular? Well, perpendiculars are opposite reciprocals, and this can be written as 2 over 1. They are indeed reciprocals, and one is positive and one is negative. This is a perfect example of perpendicular. So parallel is the same, perpendicular are opposite reciprocals. Pretty straightforward. Okay. Now we do classifying figures by coordinates. Now this one can be a bit time consuming because you have to go through and look at a bunch of the different points. And so this can take a bit of time. It says, is this quadrilateral a parallelogram? Well, if you think about the basic shape of this quadrilateral, again, just a rough let's just kind of roughly sketch this out. So 2, 7, that's A up here. 8, 1, that's B, that's over here. Then 1, -9, that's C, that's down here. And then -6, -2 is D over here. Now, if they're going to be a parallelogram, then the opposite sides have to be equal in length and parallel. So I want to look at the change, the slope of AB. So AB slope, the slope. Well, my change in y over change in x is -6 over 6, which is -1. Now, I want to look at the slope of CD. So the change in y over change in x, it's down 7 and over 7. That's also -1. So these indeed are parallel. So we're getting there. Now I want to look at the slope of BC. And that is down 10, down 7. So that's positive 10 sevenths. Down 10, down 7. Now I want to talk about the slope of AD. And that's down 9 and down 8, which is 9/8. Those are not the same slope. So they are not parallelogram. It can't be a parallelogram. These slopes don't match. I'm going to check one more time. From 1 to 9 is definitely down 10. That's true. And from 8 to 1 is definitely down 7. From 7 to -2 is down 9. And from 2 to -6 is down 8. Those don't match. It is not parallel. And right here is the reason why. So what you do is you're going to start looking at, are they parallel? And if they ask for right angles, you're going to say, are they perpendicular? You're going to do them in this way. You're going to be looking at the slopes. All right. Now we're going to go down to parallel and perpendicular lines from equation. And again, we're just going to randomly pick one. And I've done, if I haven't already, I don't remember if I've done this or not. It seems like I should have. It seems like I missed something somewhere. But maybe I didn't do all of them. I want to know, are these the same line? Are they parallel lines? Are they perpendicular lines? So again, we're talking about slope. This is in-point slope form. It tells me the slope right off the bat. My slope for the very first line is -4. Now I'm worried about the slope for this line. And to find its slope, you can do it a couple of different ways. You can basically just get it to say y equals if you want. So you start off with 2x minus 8y equals 16. You're going to get negative 8y equals negative 2x plus 16. You're going to divide everything by 8. That's going to reduce to 1/4, and that's going to be negative 2. And here is my slope. Are these opposite reciprocals? They are. They're definitely not equal, so they're not the same line, and they're not parallel lines. Question is, are they perpendicular? Well, that is negative 4 over 1. That is positive 1 over positive 4. They are opposites and reciprocals, perpendicular lines. All right. Writing equations of perpendicular lines. Last one. Again, just randomly pick a problem to do. I see one. Let's just do this one right here. Write the equation of a line that's parallel. Well, I'm going to use point slope form because it's the easiest. I want to go through this point. So y minus 1 equals my slope times x plus 4. This is my slope. They're parallel. I want the same slope. Now, that's the easiest form. You can write that, and I'm pretty certain Con will take it. You could also do slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form would look exactly the same, except you would have a different b. You'd have a different intercept point. And how you would find it is by plugging in this point. So 1 equals negative 5/4 times negative 4 plus b. So 1, negative 5/4 times negative 4. The 4's cancel. I get 5 plus b. So b is negative 4. So another way to write the equation that will also be correct is y equals negative 5/4 x minus 4. And then lastly, you could write it in standard form. Now in standard form, if that's my slope, I know from practice or multiplying it out, it's going to be 5x plus 4y because you're going to multiply everything by 4, and that's going to get rid of the fraction. Then you're going to move this over, and you're going to get this. Now, this point has to make it true. So 5 times negative 4 is negative 20, and 4 times 1 is 4. Negative 20 plus 4 is negative 16. All three, this one, and this one, would be a correct answer. Now, I think I've reviewed all the different types of questions that you might see on the analytic geometry quiz. But again, if I missed something or you want further detail or didn't go into it further enough, please ask. I'll happily talk more about these topics if you need it.